Jenkins says, Martin Scorsese is a bit of a blind spot in my list. What would you say would be the 5 films of his that would get a well-rounded idea of his filmography? So not necessarily his 5 best, but like the 5 movies that represent his career. So I think you got to go Taxi Driver. That is just such a pivotal film that was so influential and kind of distinct. Not that he explores similar themes in other movies, but that that Travis Bickle tale is so distinct. So Taxi Driver, of course. Then I'm going to go for the religious category because he has deep religious ideas that he explores, going Last Temptation of Christ. You know, he's done other ones like Silence. I think Last Temptation of Christ is a little bit more iconic, more controversial. And so kind of getting your religious version of Scorsese, his ideas on Christianity, Catholicism, Jesus, and what he wanted to do. Last Temptation of Christ. Same time period, we're going to go with Goodfellas. That is kind of his gangster epic, his mafia epic. The one that is so widely regarded, so beloved, many iconic quotes from it. But he created a template that he used for a number of films afterwards where you watch kind of the rise of a person in an organization and then the crumble and fall afterwards. It's a formula he used many times before, and Goodfellas is kind of like the one that really established it. Then I'll go Departed, which would be the mainstream 21st century version of Scorsese. It's more, I would say it's kind of more accessible. It's the one that for me is a little bit more on my wavelength, in kind of the way that it's structured and things like that. It's a remake of a movie called Infernal Affairs. It's the one where he actually finally won his Oscars. A lot of people would think it's more of a lifetime achievement, though for me, like I said, that's the one I connect with the most. And then I would go with Wolf of Wall Street, one that uses the same formula that he used on Goodfellas, but in a very different type of genre with this wild story about Wall Street based on real life events. It's insane, debauchery, depravity, fun times, just like crazy greed, all sorts of insanity, wildly entertaining, interesting, thought-provoking, all of those different things. So I would go Taxi Driver, Last Temptation of Christ, Departed, Goodfellas, and Wolf of Wall Street as kind of the 5 Scorsese films to kind of give you an idea of his filmography and the types of things that he's done. But he's been making movies for now about 60 years, just almost 60 years. So there's all kinds of other things he's done in addition to those films. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month for $2 per month, $20 per year. You can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams for $5 per month. You get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.